have been waiting for this movie for so long. I'm sure you've heard that a ton, and it paid off. Thank you so much. Look, the MCU is a great place for family issues to be worked at, and Natasha is no different. First question I have for you is, why was it important to show that each member of the family had different feelings about their time in Ohio?
I think what we're exploring is some members of the family are in denial, and one member of the family, which is Yelena, is saying, no, guys, this was wrong. And we were part of this system that was corrupt. And she sort of forces the family to look at their actions. And Natasha just, she doesn't want to know. It's all too painful. And Yelena forces her to look at it.
I love that sister relationship between Natasha and Yelena. What was the inspiration for Yelena and Natasha's relationship in the film?
Well, I looked at my own family. I've got two sisters, and I think Eric and the writer, and we all looked at our own families. But also I looked at Thelma and Louise, where they're not biological, but they have such a great relationship, and it's a beautiful film.
Amazing. Now, can you talk to me about how Yelena constantly makes fun of Natasha for being an adventurer and calling her a poser and pointing out that she's a trained killer but treated as a superhero?
That comes from the idea. Scarlett and I were looking at how she moved in earlier films and how she had sort of been made a little bit of an object in some parts and was a real classic femme fatale. And so we really wanted to point a finger at it and say, okay, guys, this is a lot rawer. You're going to see her as the real, what's under the suit, I suppose, or under the skin. And Florence, we could use to do that. And also it's a really beautiful joke, and it feels like sisters.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, how do the events of this movie impact how Natasha is in Infinity War and Endgame?
I had to look at what makes her eternal, what makes her exist outside the parameters of any movie. And I think it's her spirit. And so I used fireflies at the beginning of the film,
right,
to talk about this light, this very fragile light. And I think in a way there's certain people in the world and you'd sort of think they're holders of the light. And I think she's one of them.
I love that. Now, can you talk to me about the found family element and how it's different for Natasha with this family compared to the Avengers, which is another found family?
I think this family see the cracks a lot more. I think this family know who she is, and Yelena knows what she's done. So she can't pretend. And she doesn't want to talk about the past. And in this film, she has to, because by talking about the past, she's able to move forward as like this whole person. And that takes her, makes her even more of a warrior in the later films.
Well, look, I absolutely love this movie. I can't wait to see it again with a live MCU audience, just seeing it on the big screen. Amazing job. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.